Hi, welcome back to my channel. Please like and subscribe, turn on notifications, do what you gotta do. So, I'm a little messy. This video is a little messy. This is the third time I'm trying to film this. There's always some interruption. Now there's noise going on upstairs, of course. There's always something, so I'm just gonna keep filming. Literally, my mukbang is down to half of my fries and half of my sandwich. So that's the mukbang portion of this video. I wanted to come here and just talk about this whole David Dobrik thing. I think I've watched in the past weeks probably 20 videos about what is going on with David Dobrik. First of all, I've never been a fan of his, not because of disdain, but I just didn't know who he was. I actually didn't know who he was for a long time until about, I want to say 2019. Architectural Digest, or I think it's Architectural Digest. They do this series where they show like big majestic houses, and one of the places they went in 2019 was David Dobrik's. I'm a big fan of that series. I had no idea who he was. I was like, who's this guy? Right off the bat, I thought he was kind of a creep, but you know, to each his own. How right I was. So this whole thing is totally messy. It's really. Let me take a bite of my sandwich and I'll let you know. Okay. Well, literally, if you don't know who David Dobrik is, it's okay. Obviously, I didn't either till for a while. But he's this YouTuber who has millions of followers, and he does a series of vlogs where mostly he pulls pranks, and occasionally he does like giveaways. So that's his kind of his spiel. He does pranks. Apparently it appeals to a younger audience, which it shouldn't, because there's a lot of like sexual content. So I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, he won a Kids' Choice Award recently. It's all of it is wacky. Apparently he's family friendly, but his videos are not. I don't know. Anyway, a particular video stuck out to me this morning. I was watching Adam McIntyre. He's one of my favorite young commentators out there. If you don't know who he is, I'll try to link that particular video, but at least link his profile below. Love him. I think he is one of my favorite YouTube besties, him and Def Noodles. And he was talking about, those are still good. He was talking about something really interesting about the whole situation. He mentioned, I guess, an observation he felt, but I think a lot of people have thought about it too, but he kind of verbalized it perfectly. And not to mince his words, I'm going to just paraphrase him. You know, David, this is what Adam said. David has all this footage of all his friends, his paid friends, doing different things, right? He has all this footage. He takes the most appropriate footage, and then he edits that, and then puts it on YouTube. So okay, so Adam says, what about the other stuff that he couldn't put on YouTube? What does he do with that? So it's just sitting on a computer somewhere, and that's probably blackmail for a lot of these people who don't want to come forward. And I thought that was a great point. Like, a lot of people don't want to disrespect David. I think one of the first oh, sorry. One of the first individuals to come out and talk and defend David, Scotty, his argument was so, you gotta find that video. Anyway, the argument was so like I was like, who is this guy and why is he like making this video? He was like, David's a nice guy. He wouldn't, he wouldn't do that. Like, it sounded very, and then he has a tattoo of David on his arm too. It's just, his whole vibe was a sheep in a cult, basically. So it was like, okay, dude, just stop talking. And so, you know, and then they started saying the victim of so the first person to come out, besides Trisha Paytas, which she's been talking about them for years. And they just discredit her as, oh, she's crazy. Well, she used to date Jason Nash, who's like the oldest member of that vlog squad. He's like close to 50 right now. Dude's close to 50. And he's hanging around with some late teen, 20-year-olds. That's suspicious, you know? So she dated him for a while. And then when she had an incident where she attempted suicide, I don't know if I can say that word, when she attempted to hurt herself and was in a situation where she was at the hospital, David basically told Jason he had to break up with her. Wild, right? Like who is David to Jason that he is like, yeah, you can't hang out with her anymore. She's dismissed. You know what I mean? And David's like, I believe he's like 25 now. And Jason's literally close to 50. There is some real weird cultish shit going on there. You know? I think I made this video just because I want to know, how could a person like David, who's been churning out these videos for years and years that are so incredibly inappropriate, get away with that? Like, what? Why? Because he smiles and he's goofy and, oh, like, I'm so innocent, you know? Like some of this stuff, I like just seeing clips of it, because I refuse to go to his channel and give him a view. I'll watch it on somebody else's channel and give them the view, watch their edited version or whatever. And just watching it just amazes me, like, he could get away with some of this stuff. I mean, the part with the girls and the drinking and stuff, that's insane. And then the fact that kids are watching it because he just won a Kids' Choice Award is even crazier. Like, you know, because as a person who makes YouTube videos, you can put on the video if it's for kids or for not. Or maybe they did it because of him. Maybe because it was kind of the Wild West back in the early 2000s, and they were like, well, YouTube hasn't been around that long, but in the early career of YouTube, and people were just putting up whatever, they were like, you know, we need to really restrict this. So when you put up a video, you have the choice of making it like restricted to children or family friendly. So I'm just surprised that he got away with so much of this, you know? And also, just I hate to bring race into this or gender, but he's a white male, and it feels like a white male gets away with a lot, you know, especially in this society. And if he was a black man or a black woman or just anything besides being a white male, this is what a lot of people have been talking about for a very long time, about how certain genders and certain races get away with a lot. And in David's case, he got away with a ton. I'm just so surprised that it's now catching up with him. Now there's so much murmuring that sponsors are cutting him out and he's losing his money. And he did an apology. He did the first apology, and it was kind of like he threw everybody under the bus, and it was like, oh, how innocent am I? I think there's something really not right with him. Like, you know, he's psychotic or something. I don't know. He has to be, because to do something like this. And then he just released another apology. I just watched on Petty Page's page about it, and it was just like, it was so... YouTubers have started, because they're so problematic, they started doing this kind of formulaic apology. So everybody has this type, there's different types of formulas of an apology, right? So David just basically smushed everything together and made his version of apology, which it looks nice. It's a nice looking video, but it doesn't take away what he's done. And the fact that we don't really know if he did it because he genuinely feels remorse, or he's just like, oh, I'm losing money, I better do something quick, you know? I think there's something really wrong with him. You know? Like, for you to be like videotaping your friends and really, there's something not right here that you would think it's okay to take video of your friends naked, video of your friends having sex, videos of your friends doing really stupid, terrible things, being drunk, being in vulnerable places, taking those videos and putting it in a social place where other people can see it. Like, I get it. We all do stupid things. I'm sure I have photos of people doing stupid things, but I would never put it up somewhere to people to be embarrassed that way, and let alone monetize it and make money off of them, you know? Like, and then people would come back and be like, please take this down. I don't want this to go up. And he'd be like, let me pay you. There's something super creepy about somebody who's like, has no sort of like conviction or morals that they would step on their friends to get ahead. But this is like visually stepping on your friends to get ahead. Like, you know, I'm gonna really go on a limb, and he just doesn't give a about his friends. Because I feel like 9 out of 10 of those people probably don't care. They're like, you know, they're probably there for money or clout or whatever. And he saw that. I mean, I gotta give it to him. He's pretty smart. A lot of people in LA who really want to become famous, who really just care about the money, and will probably do anything. So he found himself a group of sheep who would do anything for him, and you know, he made his money, and now he's paying the price. It's all messed up. It's really, really, really messed up. I saw a video this morning of the Paul brothers, Logan and Jake Paul, talking about how much they hated him and how they kind of he crossed the line with them. And if those two say you're trash, you really need to think about it, because those two are pretty trashy. So yeah, there's a lot coming out, and there's going to be a big downfall. I mean, the whole thing with Shane Dawson also was pretty messy, but this is like really bad, you know? This is really, really bad. And it's always these like white male suburban guys who people kind of overlook, like, oh, he seems like such a nice guy. And do it, it's fun. Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys will be the statement for this group. Yeah, no, boys will not be boys. Boys will behave and take accountability for their crappy behavior and crappy attitudes and crappy actions. You just don't do that to your friends if they're really your friends. And yeah, like, get over yourself. You know, this is one of those times I don't necessarily agree, and I don't believe cancel culture is real. I'm one of those people, because I always feel like you can cancel a person and they'll come back. Like Harvey Weinstein, everyone's like, oh, we canceled him. I'm like, he's still working. He's not technically in jail. So there's that, you know. People have been canceled and they always come back. So for me, I always don't believe in cancel culture. But in this case, they really need to cancel this guy. He needs to stop making videos. He needs to disappear for a while. Like, truly, there needs to be legal ramifications for this. This is just disturbing. Oof. Anyway, I digress. Thank you for watching this. If you know anything about the case, foreshadowing, you know anything about this whole situation with David Dobrik, or if you just want to talk, or you wanted more mukbang, sorry, have me chewing. Sorry, I made this video like 3 times. I ate half the food already. It's cold. Anyway, please like and subscribe. Let me know your comments down below, sideways, above, wherever. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I guess see you next time.